Greetings, fellow journeyers. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. My name is Nichelle. I am the lovely Lioness, and this is my channel, My Lioness Journey. And today I want to have just a vulnerable, up-close, personal conversation with you all, with the hopes of, if you are feeling hopeless, that this would restore some type of hope in you, to give you some type of motivation or encouragement. I do need to give a warning that I may share something that could possibly be triggering for you, so I do want to give that heads up. But it's not my intent to trigger you. It is my intent to, as I share, to hopefully speak some type of motivation or healing or encouragement or inspiration into you. So like many others, there's many of us, unfortunately, from childhood all the way up to adulthood, I have had my share of traumas. I've had my share of dysfunction, abuse, and letdowns, to the point of feeling like my life was basically like I was being punished for something my entire life, always wondering, my goodness, when will I ever catch a break? Like, when will I ever be able to breathe? Why does my life feel so complicated? Why am I being punished, and am I supposed to be punished? Just really from childhood all the way through adulthood, feeling defeated way more than I felt worthy or capable. No matter how many accomplishments I may have made, whether I made good grades in school or went back to school later in life, nothing ever that I've ever done for myself ever felt good enough, because I would always be haunted by the words of whatever I heard from childhood, or whenever I would want to try and start some type of endeavor, either I'm self-sabotaging because I believe what was spoken over me and told to me, even down to not having support, the support that I felt like I needed as an adult. Being told that I'm not anyone, that I would never have a good life, or when I became older, mistakes I made, being told that mistakes or experiences, I'll call them experiences, that I had or chose to have would haunt me and follow me, and because of that, that I'm not worthy, really played a role in my decision making over my life, and what I felt like what happened for my life. I really felt like my life was just going to be miserable for the rest of my life, and that what's the use of trying? Like, okay, this is the best it's going to get, so either deal with this or don't be here. In the throes of an abusive marriage, and this started 2017 for me, I decided to go on a spiritual self-love journey. And as I grew and continue to grow, I also shed. I continue to grow stronger in the opposite direction. And what that means for me is, just because I'm in my 40s and I've had my share of mistakes, so I've grown up in an abusive environment, even down to going into abusive romantic relationships, that despite of all that, I'm in my 40s and my life does not have to end the way that it began. Now, this message is for someone else too. You may have been born into poverty, date rape, abuse, divorce, single parenthood. You may have been born into the foster care system. You may have been born with physical or learning disabilities. And your life experiences created obstacles that you felt like would be impossible to overcome. As a fellow journeyer that has wanted to give up on myself many, many times, I'm telling you that it is not impossible. I do understand how you feel. I do understand the feeling of, what's the use, or I'll never get over this, I'm too far gone, or I'm too old, or whatever you may feel because of the things that you were told as a child or even as a young adult. I absolutely understand, but I'm here to tell you that it is possible. It is possible to live our dreams. It is possible to have a better life, and our end does not have to be the way our lives began. No matter what these people said to us, what they spoken over us and said or wish would happen to us, it does not have to happen this way. Now, for those of us that experience childhood abuse, us working on changing the trajectory of our lives may be a little more challenging than someone that had a loving childhood environment, had support and people telling them that they could reach the sky if they're willing to stand on their toes and put in the work, and there's nothing that they couldn't accomplish. Maybe because we didn't have that, it may be a little more challenging for us. But the good news is that it is not impossible. As I sit here before you today, and again, as I said earlier, I was a victim of childhood abuse, and I was also in an abusive marriage, 14 and a half years marriage. I'm divorced now. And I left that marriage with hardly anything. I didn't have furniture. I left with my two beautiful children, my two younger children. I had no furniture, not a plate, not a fork. I left without clothes, maybe a craft table, a little craft lamp, their toys that they played with at that time. But when I say I had to start over, I had to truly start over. I have an old car. My car is old. It needs a paint job. It needs a little light on the side, because a little light, whatever you call that thing that covers the light, fell off. But I tell you what, that car has been reliable. I am very thankful for this car, and I am thankful for the ability to start over. I was willing to leave everything behind and to leave abuse behind in order to have a fresh start in a different change for my life. To know that, no, I don't have to stay there because this is what was told that would be the best that could ever happen for me. I refuse to agree with that. I have my health. I have a fresh start. I have my spiritual beliefs. And I have faith in myself that I never knew was possible. Ever since I was 13 years old, I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. And throughout my life, I have attempted to be one, but either I got in my own way from believing the lies that were told to me and not believing in myself. And again, just being in situations like a romantic situation that just did not have the support that I felt like I needed in order to thrive and to be the best version of myself. In fact, I felt like being in that marriage like it was a competition, and that I had to know my role and stay in it, and it was just something that I never felt comfortable with. But I am proud to say that on the day that I am recording this video, presenting it to you all, that I am launching this month a planner, journal, book business. It's an online business, something that I never thought that I could do or would actually do, that I'm actually seeing it birth from my mind onto a book, onto paper, now onto a website. This is significant and big for me because this is the furthest I've ever gone with any of my ideas to be an entrepreneur. Is it scary? Yes, but I love it. I love every minute of it because I'm able to prove to myself that I can do it. And if I'm willing to put in the work, that I could have a different outcome for myself. I don't have to have the outcome that was spoken over me, and I don't have to have the outcome that a limiting belief tells me that I could have. And I'm saying, so could you. Your ending does not have to be the way your life began. Your background, childhood experiences, and personal struggles do not have to be a hindrance. The biggest thing I would say you would have to do is work on your mindset and then your patience. But other than that, you work on that and you believe in yourself and believe that you're worthy and you could have things. Don't let what has happened to you get in the way and stop you from achieving your dreams, or any disabilities you have to stop you. Where there's a will, there really is a way. There's work, but there's a way. So I hope you got something, some type of encouragement. And again, if this was triggering for you, I'm sorry, but I hope it was also encouraging and inspiring, because sharing stuff like this isn't easy. But I do realize, and this is something that I have accepted for my own life, is that I am one that was chosen to go through in order to motivate, in order to push through and to also motivate, to be an example, to practice what I preach, to live what I preach. Not that I preach, but you know, that's how the saying goes, to be that example and to really encourage others to say, hey, you look like me, or you're a woman, or you're a minority, or you're short, or whatever you are, you dealt with depression, or you whatever, and guess what? Why can't we have it? You know, it's the choice is ours, ultimately, is basically what I'm saying. So if you like today's message, please give this video a thumbs up. If you feel like someone else would benefit from this message, please share this video with them as well. And also, please subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this video or a video similar. You can go on my homepage and just scroll through and check out the type of content that I post. I'm about motivating and encouraging and inspiring and healing. That's my overall message on this channel. Healing from abuse, pushing through. I'm on a self-love, self-healing journey, and if that's something that you want, I would love for us to grow through it together. So thanks again. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I will chat with you all in a new video. Goodbye for now.